Hi, welcome to GTech. Now we are going to see about metal and non-metals. So if you see about metal, metal is nothing but a chemical element that is an effective conductor of electricity and heat. If you see over here, you can see a metal which is absorbing the heat, and gradually you can see how the heat is spreading up over here. Apart from this, metals are usually strong, not brittle. When a metal is hit, the layers of the metal ions are able to slide over each other so that the structure does not shatter. You can see here the depiction of metal which is getting to be hit. By applying a force, the metal is getting a change. The change is only in the space of the metal, but the size of the metal and the structure of the metal is not getting to be shattered. Apart from this, the metallic bonds do not break because the delocalized electrons are free to move throughout the structure. You can see how the delocalized electrons are moving over here. This also explains why metals are malleable and ductile. Malleable is nothing but easy to shape. Ductile is nothing but it can be drawn into wires as well. Here you can see some of the examples of metal. So this one is the brass, this one is aluminium, this one is cast iron, this one is copper. You can see bronze over here. This is the metal sludge and this one is steel. So these are some of the examples of a metal. Now let's look into the concept called non-metals. We have seen about metals. Now let us move to non-metals. So non-metals are the elements in group 14 to 18 of the periodic table. So this is the periodic table representation. You can see the periodic table groups of non-metals. This is depicted. The non-metals are not able to conduct electricity or heat very well. As opposed to metals, the non-metallic elements are very brittle and cannot be rolled into wires or pounded into sheets. Let us look into some of the examples of non-metals. Chalcopyrite is one such example for non-metals. This one is bornite, this one is azurite, this is chrysocolla, and here you can see the malachite, here you can see the cuprite, and this one is the copper. So these are considered to be some of the examples for non-metals. Now let's see about metalloid. So what is metalloid? Metalloid is a chemical element with properties in between that are a mixture of metals and non-metals. Since metalloids possess the properties of metals and non-metals, it is said to be called as metalloid. Usually, we used to consider some of the classification of chemical metals in terms of metalloids. Those are boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony and tellurium. You can see the depiction of boron, silicon and germanium over here. And also you can even more clearly see the boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony and tellurium, which are nothing but the examples for metalloid.